Dare to play. Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That'll tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way. P.G. Krollmeister has hired me to investigate a series of equipment meltdowns that have been plaguing the prominent Oklahoma storm research team he sponsors. Since his team has been expected to win the $100 million grant at stake in the upcoming Green Sky Storm competition, Krollmeister suspects that there is something far more sinister than simple equipment failure going on. I'll be joining the team undercover, replacing their previous intern, Pete, who wound up with a broken leg after one of the accidents stranded him directly in the path of a storm. Stepping in at the most dangerous and chaotic period of the chase season, I'm going to have to keep my wits about me to stay on top of the sabotage and the storms. Whoa, oh my gosh! That's a weird piece of debris. Whoa, it's filled with money. I better take this and see who it belongs to.
Nancy! Is that Nancy? You don't need to give me that look. It's a legitimate question. Maybe someone called and asked you to name your favorite detective. Oh, like it hasn't happened before. Hey, look. I bet you there is something good on the other side of those cobwebs.
Is this a bad time?
No, it's a fine time. We're just caught up in...
what we always seem to get caught up in anytime I want to go somewhere in a hurry.
You can't blame me for this one. All I said was there's definitely something fishy about this place. But I say that at least 4 times a day.
Vacation's not going so great, I take it.
Not so great by half.
Oh, it's fine. He's just mad we had to leave Paris without visiting the... What's that thing called? The big, boring, stolen stone thing?
Luxor Obelisk.
Yeah, that thing.
Why'd you have to leave so quickly?
Same old.
Hey, look, a hidden door.
Why don't you go check it out, Joe? Sometimes, if you give him something to do.
Definitely a secret door. Textbook example.
Okay, go check it out. What was I saying? You know what? No use in backtracking. I've got maybe 10 seconds before he butts in again to announce that he's found some secret lever or something.
You're not going to believe what's in here.
So what exactly did come up?
1 second we're in Paris, and you know the drill. Museum leads to clues, clues lead to the Romanov fortune. I'm leaving a few steps out, but...
I call it the mystery of the train trip.
Would you please not do that? It's embarrassing. But enough about us. What's going on with you?
You know P.G. Crowmeister, the founder of the company that makes pretty much everything?
I didn't know he was actually real. I thought he was more like actual astronaut, the Moonchunk spokesman, or that cartoon pterodactyl that sells used cars. Wow, he must be 100 years old.
Hard to say. He's got more energy than anyone I've ever met. Anyway, he hired me because he thinks that someone is sabotaging some of his high-profile new storm detection equipment. He sent me out to Storm Country to investigate.
Now, why would anyone want to sabotage storm measuring equipment?
I wish I knew. If you ask me, well, I guess it's too soon to ask me.
Is there anything the two of us can help you with?
Well, when I first arrived, I found a mysterious unmarked box full of cash, but I still have no clue who it belongs to.
It's hard to say what that's about, but one thing's for sure. It's important.
Agreed. The fastest way to the bottom of any mystery is to follow the money.
It's a little hard to follow the money when it's just sitting in a box.
Well, then set it free or something. But you know what I mean.
I do. I just wish I had a little more to go on.
Don't worry, you'll get to the bottom of things. You always do.
Would either of you happen to know much about storm chasing?
Unfortunately, not much more than the next guy on the street. But to me, it sounds a little crazy. Why would you want to chase anything that's 100,000 times bigger than you and full of electricity?
Don't forget, this is some dangerous stuff.
I won't. I'd better get to the case.
Call me as soon as you learn anything new.
Come on, people, let's focus here. Oh, just a moment. This is why we can't have nice things in the workshop.
All right, go ahead, caller.
Hi, it's Nancy.
Do I know Nancy? Don't plug that into there.
It's Nancy Drew. It sounds like you're a little busy. Is this a good time?
Nope. Well, it was nice talking to you. Goodbye.
Wait, hang on. We need to talk.
Just teasing you, ND. Mind if I call you ND? ND, I've been waiting for your call. If you mix those two beakers, I'm gonna have to switch insurance companies again. I trust you've been kicking up dust and giving those jokers some serious what for out there in Twister Country.
Not exactly sure yet. I was hoping you could give me a little more information.
Shoot.
Do you have any idea who would want to sabotage your machines? And why?
That's why I brought you on board, ND. I need you to... Terrence! The arc welder is not a toy! I gotta run, ND. You get in there and scare me up some clues. Call me back whenever you need, and if things aren't too hectic at the lab, I'll help you out as best I can.
I was wondering, why are you so concerned about tornadoes? You must have a lot of other things to worry about.
Truth is, I never have been one to worry, but darned if these storms don't have my socks twisted in a bunch something serious. See, Andy, most things in the world can be tamed, or at least tricked into behaving the way you want. Not weather. Ever since a tornado tore through my home, I've been obsessed with figuring out what makes those twisters tick. Pretty sure I built the machinery to do the job. That's why I need you to make sure nothing too funny is going on. Once I know I've made sure that no one else is ever caught off guard by a storm again, then I can move on to the next project. Until then, I just can't.
I didn't know you got hit by a twister. Was everyone okay?
Prudence Rutherford, she's the one who recommended I hire you, by the way, was over, and I'm afraid she took a pretty hard knock to the head when the storm came through so suddenly.
Prudence Rutherford? Are you two friends?
That is none of your business. But if you really need to know... Can you keep it together for 2 seconds? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, none of your business.
Why are you so concerned about these machines?
Now, there's no such thing as something that is just a machine. Every Krollmeister product is a work of art.
Tell me about it. I couldn't agree more.
You're not a yes man, are you, ND? Yes men are dangerous. They get you thinking you're the greatest thing on earth, and the next thing you know, you're making the dumbest decisions that ever could be made.
I'm not. I was being honest.
All right, then. What did you think of the Krollmeister salad cannon?
It was a little too powerful for the job.
Well, shoot. Add diplomacy to your list of skills, ND. And what else can I do for you?
Have a good day.
Call back anytime.
Next week, on the season finale of Heights General, will Dr. Mering finally ask Miss Julie out? Will the doctors find out Sylvia?
With the Milan premiere only weeks away, we'll travel to Paris, France to take a sneak peek at Madame McKay's latest evening wear sensations. Then we'll hop the pond to London and preview Lady Chauffeur's seasonal forecast. Plus, she'll give us her personal tips. Dress your best and join us on the runway.
Previously on Are You a Detective? Andrew Morris, you are not a detective.
Next week, on the season finale of Heights General, will Dr. Mering...
All right, got it. Looks like garbage. Don't need this. Mice. I agreed to tornadoes, but I did not sign up for mice. Can't check that off yet. Can't check that off yet. I can't go to bed yet. Again? All right, Mouse. This house isn't big enough for the both of us. Still have to do that. That's done. Did that.
Nancy, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Scott wants to meet you.
Be right there.
Nancy Drew, you made it. I'm Scott Varnell, the person in charge of this meteorological train wreck. Welcome aboard.
Did you see the tornado?
What tornado? Thanks to the lousy equipment that uncle of yours stuck us with, we just spent the last hour chasing down a bunch of cumulonimbi barely capable of spawning a spring shower, let alone a tornado. Wait a minute. Did you see a tornado?
Well, yeah. As I was driving up to the farmhouse. It wasn't that big, but it sure threw a lot of debris around.
Well, isn't that just peachy? We spend hours racing all over the countryside, and where's all the action? Right in our own backyard. We're never gonna win this thing. The school's gonna pull the plug on us, sell the farm, and that's gonna be all she wrote. And it's all Krolmeister's fault for saddling us with a bunch of Bush League junk. But now that you're here, maybe our luck will change. You'll be reporting to Debbie, but make no mistake, I call the shots around here. In fact, 2 things you need to do right off the bat. I gotta give a workshop on tornado preparedness at the junior high school next week, so put a sample disaster kit together for me. If anything's missing, go up the road to Mon Paz and get it there.
What goes into a disaster kit?
Look, you're here because that rich uncle of yours said you could do the job, so be a little resourceful and just do it, okay? If you need a nanny, have your uncle send one. We don't have the budget. Second thing you need to do is redesign the warning siren layout for the local community. They just got a set of new sirens and their range is different, so the town asked me, and now I'm telling you, to figure out where to place them so if there is a tornado, everyone will be within earshot of a siren. All the information you need is on the chart in the other room. You have questions about anything, bug Debbie, not me. Nice meeting you. That tornado you just saw. What'd you think?
What do you mean?
Were you excited? Terrified? Did it make you want to go home? What?
Actually, that tornado is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I can't wait to see another one.
Now that's what I like to see. Wish I could get that sort of enthusiasm out of my students these days. Between you and me, the last few years I've gotten stuck with the worst students. I could be telling them about the most exciting storms on record, and all I get back is a sea of bored faces. Before they defunded my department, I got the best of the best. Students who really cared, like Debbie, but those days are over.
That must really be disappointing.
What are you, like 18? Do me a favor, kid. Don't talk to me about disappointment till you've lived long enough to experience it firsthand. I'm sorry, Nancy. I know you meant well. Anyway, good news is it looks like weather conditions for the next 2 weeks are going to be ideal for tornado genesis. Which means we could be in for a record-breaking string of tornadoes. You may be putting that enthusiasm to good use.
I sure hope so. Can't check that off yet.